What up, you wonderful people? Welcome to DPS Podcast. It's going to be a great time. Got a couple minutes left on the countdown, waiting for the homeboy Slow-Mo Backslap to get here. Had to do some stuff with his family. It's going to be a great time. Just wanted to say shout out to some people in the chat. We got your boy Roy, Brian East, Onyx, Spider 13. Yo, Spider, we got a lot to talk about. You know, Sony out here canceling good multiplayer looking games and stuff. But we're gonna have a great time. Somo just arrived. Show's gonna probably start on time unless we got some technical difficulties going on, which on my end, we're good. So it really just depends on the Slow-Mo. It's gonna be good when he gets in here. But see you guys in a couple of minutes. Appreciate it, and have a great show.
You tell me you couldn't just look at what the episode was last week before you decided that no. Yes. Oh my gosh. How you thought it was 171, but you decided to say 161 anyway? Yeah, it was 10 episodes. Yeah. What what crap have I been talking? I ain't said nothing about anything. I could say some things. But I've been keeping my mouth shut. Uh oh my.
Oh, they missed all that. I unmuted the I need to take this extra mic off here. So they didn't hear any of that. So we're gonna start this over. So
Oh
slow
my
mo, slow mo.
gosh.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
I'm not happy,
If you're
and
happy
I
and you
know
know it,
it,
clap your hands. If you're happy and you
and
know it,
I've
and you
already
really,
had
really
a
show it,
headache. And then
and you happy and you know it, clap your hands.
Typical Forteisms.
Uh,
That's what I'm gonna call them now, Forteisms.
so
Cause
so welcome
yo,
to episode
what frame
171.
rate is this footage at,
That's your
man?
that's your footage that you sent me. I just want you to know that that's your footage.
Hey man, you need to update OBS or something. I don't know.
Okay, you want
Anyway,
me
look.
to? You want? Wait, I
No,
can
no,
show
no,
you.
no,
I can
no,
show
no.
you footage that works.
No.
So that's your footage.
Yeah, okay, yes, you should be doing that then. You should be showing footage that works. It's an audio that works too.
Well, audio's working now, sir, because I just had the wrong. You know what? Be quiet. Welcome to episode 17. You know what? We're gonna do this again. Welcome to
I need a
episode
drink.
161 of the Damage per Second podcast. You want to say what you said again, slow mo, so we can, make this official?
I said I need a drink.
No, I said it. I said this
Oh,
episode.
not that part?
I said it was episode 161 of the Damage per Second podcast. What are you gonna say?
I'm going to say that it's once again that it's not 161. It's episode 171.
Oh, it's 171. So yes, I lived 10 more episodes with you. It's a minor miracle. I appreciate it. No, I'm just messing around, but shout out to shout out to you, man. It's been a really good week. Not a lot of stuff to talk about in general, but it's been a very interesting week, just in relative real life and just stuff like that. So going to probably be a short show today, but we're not going to shortchange you. We're going to still have a great time. Slow mo, what's been up with you,
You
man?
always
What's been
say it's
going
going to be
on?
a short show, and then it's like
No,
5 hours long.
Luca says it's always going to be a short show, and it always ends up not being the show that she thinks it's going to be. Hi, mama.
Well,
But what slow mo? What you been up to, man?
today was my son's birthday. He turned 13. Shout out to
Man,
him.
he made it.
It's been a busy day. Helping him with his birthday and everything, and spending time with him. He's enjoying himself and all his gifts and stuff. Work. I had to go into the office today, so I'm a bit exhausted, a bit tired. I normally work from home, so driving an hour and a half to the office and an hour and a half back, not really how I like to envision my day. But gaming wise, oh my gosh, oh man.
Did you just hurt yourself for real? For real?
No, I just got this drink all over me. Oh man.
What kind of drink you did? I done had one too many drinks.
I told you I needed a drink. So I got a drink, okay.
So what's your the drink of choice?
Don't worry about it.
You can't tell us what the drink of choice is.
Hey, it's called Fat Tire.
Oh, you got you an IPA.
Yeah, yes, sir.
It tastes,
here's the fun.
It tastes like it tastes like a flat tire too.
It tastes all right. It means beer. But look, here's the funny thing about my office.
Okay.
My office has a bar in the office.
Mm-hmm.
And they keep it stocked. It's like a part of the budget. So I took a couple things home with me. So just anywho, I've been playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I've been playing Helldivers 2, and I've been playing the new season of Fortnite that started.
When did that start?
So, I mean, sometime this week. I think it might have been Tuesday. It may be Monday. I don't know. But the new season, they got a whole little Greek mythology theme going. You can like fight Zeus and Cerberus and whole bunch of like they have like these medallions you get, and before they were kind of trash last season because all they would give you initially, if you had a medallion, it'll give you a full shield back. Now what it does is and then it would like let everyone know on the map that you have one. It'll be a circle on the map of whoever is having a medallion. So it just basically people would just seek you out, and kind of sucked that people would like use it to get their shield up there, drop it. Now the medallions give you a special ability. You get a medallion off a god, and you get one of those god's abilities or something like that. So it's a little bit different. I haven't really played around too much with it. Got a couple wins, you know how it is. But I've been playing that. I am 53 hours in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. And I let's see, chapter 11. I'm in chapter 11.
Okay.
And I'm a little I'm wondering where the story's going to go, like at the end, like because I think I maybe got like 3 more chapters left, and I'm not rushing it. I'm definitely going to, when I hit chapter 12, because I think once I hit chapter 12, I should be able to kind of like fast travel anywhere in any region. And I'm definitely about to go ham on the Queen's Blood. Like I'm dead as I'm going ham on Queen's Blood. You know Queen's Blood, the card game.
Yeah,
that card game. They need Square Enix.
They need to do a spinoff.
If they have 2 brain cells to rub together, they will do a Queen's Blood spinoff game. Let it be a little small experience. Whatever, like let you create your character in that world or universe, and have you like play other players in the Queen's Blood, because they would, if Square Enix have been trying to get another live service game that's not Final Fantasy 14 off the ground. This is it. Queen's Blood is that fun, and I'm telling you, like I get a really intense joy out of destroying these little NPCs I find in the world that be so arrogant. They just be like, "Oh, you look like you play Queen's Blood. Well, loser, you're about to meet your match." And I'm like, okay, let me get deck number 6, and because you can get like 6, you can like set up 6 different decks, and I got a deck for like every occasion. Every kind of like strategy that these enemies come up with. Queen's Blood is so good. But I before I really got my deck together, I missed some players in like some of the earlier areas, so I want to go back there and fight them or beat them, destroy them, really. And I'm right now I am because you get ranks for how many people you beat, and I've beaten 16 players, but I can't get the new rank because the one person I need to beat is this like a player that's like in one of the like earlier areas, and I can't get there yet. So once I get the ability to travel, whatever, it's over for these other players. They getting that work. Anyway, that, and I'm loving the game, the story, the combat, all that good stuff. It's pretty awesome. And I've created like my own builds for every character. That's like my very specific way that I like to use them. And I finally figured out how I want to use Kate Sith, who I can't stand. But as far as gameplay goes, yeah, I'm enjoying that. So it's good, and I'll be going through it again once it comes out on PC, because as you know, Forte, slow-mo don't wait for games. Yes, I am a primary PC gamer, but I don't wait for games because the platform isn't important. The games are important.
Yeah. So I'm gonna ask you a question about that, you know, because shout out to the homie, the man, the myth, the other legend, Randall Thor 19. I was on the phone with him the other day, and this was a conversation that came up, you know, because you know, Rand, he does support you, and he does check out your live streams.
That is my bridge for brother.
He loves you. He loves you to
for
death.
life.
Yeah, he loves you, bro. And he kept saying, and the one thing he said, he was like, man, it must be, he said, for a man that loves PC Master Race so much, it is real easy for you to drop your PC and buy a game on a competing platform, knowing that that game is coming to your platform very soon. You couldn't even wait. You couldn't even wait.
I do not wait for games. Now, a lot of people will wait for games, and I think that, you know, look, it's a personal choice for any game. If you feel like, hey, look, I'm not playing a game that's compromised, and the both modes that you played in, I can't play it in my preferred method, you know, and it's like the resolution mode, the quality mode is 30 frames per second, unacceptable. The performance mode is blurry as all get out, and they said they're going to patch it, but like they never really gave a timetable, so who knows when it will officially get patched, whatever, right? Regardless, it's a fire game, so I'm just going to have to deal with it because I'm not going to wait, and I'm definitely not going to be dealing with people spoiling it before it shows up on PC, which is, you know, dodging those spoilers is difficult enough as it is. I mean, look, I am a massive Fire Emblem fan. If Nintendo comes out with a direct and they say Fire Emblem Ecstasy, I don't know, like whatever name they want to give it, you know, and it's going to be 30 FPS on that trash Switch, guess what Slow-Mo's going to do? Guess I'm pulling that Switch out because I'm playing some Fire Emblem. I care about the games.
You can't emulate, you know, with Yuzu anymore. So I mean,
well, you know, you sure can emulate with Suzu, Luzu,
with
Buzu,
Suzu.
and
You can with Suzu
now. You can emulate it if you want. Now, I support the games, so even if I do decide to emulate it, I'll still be buying a copy regardless. That's
all I ask you to do, sir.
That's
cheat
it.
The developers.
I'm gonna play that game. so it's just that's just the way I am, you know. If Xbox had like a exclusive game that was only on Xbox that I really wanted to play, I'd be playing it on Xbox.
So Ramon makes a good point. He says I'm using my backlog to help me wait. I have 5 games after the one I'm on playing right now. So Slow-Mo, you have a backlog. It's not like you don't. You do have a backlog. As much as many games as you play, and as many games as you buy, even the great Slow-Mo Backslap has a backlog. So
I'm gonna give y'all a truth bomb right now.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give y'all a truth bomb right
now. Drop that truth bomb, bro. Let's hear it.
I don't want to play y'all backlog. Nobody wants to play their backlog. That's why it's a backlog. That's why it's installed on your storage waiting for you to finally boot it up. You don't want to play it. Not saying it's a bad game, not saying you're a fraud, not saying you never want to play it, but as of this time, if you wanted to play the game, you would have been played the game. I got games installed on my PC. Matter of fact, I'm gonna look at a couple. I'm gonna list them off right now. Baldur's Gate 3. I'm still in Act 1. Haven't gone back to it yet. Octopath Traveler 2. Haven't even booted it up yet. Triangle Strategy. Haven't even booted it up yet. Uncharted, the Uncharted collection on PC. I'm in like the 5 minutes in. I'm going to finish it eventually. Scars Above, haven't even booted up yet. Deliver Us Mars, Not even booted up. Oxenfree 2. These are all games I want to play. Just not right now. Road 96 Mile Zero. Still ain't played it. Now I'm playing games. I'm just not playing those games right now. And I'll get to them. Freaking 13 Sentinels has been sitting on my PS5. Every time I boot up my PS5 and I look at my library, it's the first game there. Like, hey, what's up, Slow-Mo? You gonna finish me or what? And I skip right on past and go play something else. It is the way it is. You guys, people say, "Oh, my backlog's so long." You don't want to know your backlog so long because you don't want to play none of those games. It's just, it is what it is. Look. Today they started the Steam sales, right?
Yep.
So the Steam sales came out today. I said, "Oh, bet. Let me go look at I looked at some of the sales. Like, oh, okay. It's nothing really caught my eye. And then, and half of them already own these games and already beat them. Okay. And then I looked at my wish list. I said, well, maybe something on my wish list is on, super duper sale. The majority of my wish list on super duper sale. Guess how many of those games I bought, Forte?
How many?
0.
Man, the Steam sales,
because I don't want to play them.
Oh man.
And I know, even though I put them in my wish list with the potential of potentially playing them, I have 0 desire to play them right now. So I'm just like, I put 4 games in my cart and it would have totaled like $35, $40. And I just said, I just left them there. I'm not buying again. Look, this is me. This is evolved Slow-Mo. I finally evolved to the point where I'm just like, I know myself. I'm going to buy those games, and I won't touch them until like 2026.
All right.
So,
all right.
I'm just not gonna get. I will get them in 2026 when I'm ready to play them, and they're naturally at the prices that they're on sale at right now, just because they're old. I'm just keeping it a buck. I just wish everyone else would keep it a buck too. You don't want to play your backlog.
All right, so let's see. Halo Infinite multiplayer 14 days ago. That's actually pretty recent. Dead by Daylight. Yes, 14 days ago. Dead by Daylight.
I don't want to know the last time I played Halo Infinite.
Halo Infinite 14 days ago.
It's been a few months.
Dead by Daylight 3 months ago.
You played Dead by Daylight?
I did. I was playing with my daughter.
Okay. Well, that's fine.
Yeah.
I played Party Animals with my daughter this week too.
Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney installed on my PC. Never
I like that game.
I never booted it up. I just installed it. Starfield. Haven't played in 5 months.
You haven't beat that game either.
No, I haven't. That's the thing. I haven't even went back to go play it. Flight Sim.
I wonder what the completion percentage is on that game. What game? What game?
Good God, I got 47 hours in Flight Sim. I didn't know I had that many hours. I haven't played it in a year, so a year ago. And this is all Xbox. What's the name? Dead Space. I have 18 hours. I beat it was 6 months ago. I beat it. And then for Steam,
why is it still installed?
I need to uninstall it. City Skylines. 5 hours. Played it June 9th, 2023. It's still installed on my system. No, listen to this one. Destiny 2.
Why is that still installed?
1,956 hours on Steam. That's not even Xbox. That's on Steam.
That's disgusting.
I haven't played it. Guess what? It hasn't been booted up since October 22nd of 2023.
It don't deserve to be booted up no more. Matter of fact, you should just uninstall it.
Oh man, but I got more. Oh, Horizon Zero Dawn.
I dare you. I dare you to boot it up. You already know what I'm about to say, right?
Delete my character is not happening.
Yeah.
I'll do it. You know what? I'll do it after the final shape, probably. Horizon
live stream
Zero
that.
Dawn.
I need to see it.
Horizon Zero Dawn, August 19th, 2023 is the last time I booted it up.
Why do you have that installed?
Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, September 9th, 2023.
Oh yeah, good grief.
Yeah, it's pretty bad out here. So no, I'll rock with your thoughts on that. I do think people fraud when they say, "Man, I'm gonna go back to my backlog." Man, it's in your backlog for a reason. Like never going back
Yep,
to it. It's a,
you ain't doing it.
it's in the rear view mirror
There's
at this
there's
point.
very few people who play their backlog. Like Ramon Terrell plays his backlog, and Ramon will be like, "Hey, slow mo, have you heard of this game? Oh my gosh, this game's amazing!" And I'm like,
Right? Yeah.
what is it? And it's just a game that came out in like 2019. Like the Outer Worlds. Oh my god! I'm like, okay.
Oh yeah, yes,
It's
yes,
like I
yes,
played that like
yes,
4
Ramon,
years
yes,
ago.
yes, Ramon Terrell. You heard it was September. It was what September of last year when I booted up that boring game called Horizon Forbidden. I mean Zero Dawn. That it's been a while. Never going to boot that game. And, you know, I wish I could show my screen, show myself deleting it off my hard drive right now. But we'll get into that. But Salama, let's get into the first topic. This is
Let's
how
do it.
this is how we end up going a whole show because we talk about everything other than the topics for the first 30 minutes of the show. I think it's just like a calling card for us now. But let's talk about Final Fantasy. We kind of talked about it a little bit last week, but let's go a little bit deeper because the conversation around Final Fantasy not coming to Xbox and it being locked down by PlayStation hit an all-time high over the weekend. It was like videos being made, streams being had, people talk, not community managers, but developers and everybody coming out talking about it. I believe the CEO of Square came out and talked about it too. I can't remember. Somebody from Square came out and talked about why it's exclusive, about being able to focus on one platform and everything. I didn't see the actual tweet. I just read it somewhere. But Slow-mo, do we have to get over the fact that, listen, exclusivity does matter, and it doesn't mean that it has to always come to your preferred platform. And if it's a game that you want to play, just buy the system on the game you want. What's going to happen with this?
What's going to happen is it's not coming to Xbox.
Yeah.
And even though there was there was a Washington Post article, I don't know if Gene Park of Washington Post was the one that wrote it. It may have been Gene Park, but then there had to been like a clarification because of a way a certain part was written. It was insinuated that like it was guaranteed to absolutely never come. Excuse me. The first two games, Remake and Rebirth, would never come into Xbox. But although there's no official statement on it, you can bank on that. Like that's a good bet that it's just not coming.
Right.
And let's say even if it does come, right? Let's say it finally does show up on an Xbox. It's going to be like some kind of Xbox handheld that can sideload Steam or something where you're going to be able to play it. It's not coming officially to the Xbox. It's just not happening. And I think that people are doing themselves a disservice if they want to play the game and they're choosing to not play the game because they're still waiting for it to come to the Xbox. Well, this is why I don't wait for games. I'm not going to deprive myself of a good experience. And you should not deprive yourself of a good experience. You should go ahead and just play the game on the platform that is on. If you have a PC, I would say, hey, that's the best place to play it. If you don't have a PC and you have a PlayStation 4, even with a PlayStation 4, you can play Remake. Just go ahead and play the game. But as far as it coming to Xbox, I mean, let's say it like this, right? Let's say it does. Let's say Xbox eventually gets, once the entire series is out, eventually gets all three games all together. You can just play through them all. It'd be called Final Fantasy VII Revolution or something. I don't know. More than likely, if the cadence of development stays consistent, then that game, the last Final Fantasy R to come out for this trilogy, won't be coming out until the PS6, the PlayStation 6 is launched. You're looking at 2028. You really gonna wait that long?
Yeah.
I mean, it's 2024 right now. You're gonna wait another 4 years to play this game? You could just play it right now. So, what are you waiting for?
Man, listen. Some people want to play it. Some people like their achievements. Some people like their gamer score. Gamer score and achievements are the same. Some people like their trophies. Some people like their Steam stuff. I don't know what the heck Epic has. Probably just called trophies or whatever.
They got achievements, but it's like it's not even supported for all games. They didn't even
Which
do
is
it
weird.
retroactively for game. So I can understand that if you beat a game and then they come out with achievements, you need to go beat the game again to get achievements. But how
Yeah.
about on Epic Game Store, they came out, the games that launched before there were achievements don't even have support for achievements. So if you look in your Epic Game Store library, you can see games that have achievements and games that don't. It's just like, what are you doing? Like, it's just half-assing it. It's really sad.
Hey, listen. I will never tell a person that they are not right or wrong in their decision to say that they wish that games were on their platform. I would just tell people that you have to come to the realization that that is not the world we live in. If a game is valuable to a particular platform holder and they want that game on their system and no one else to be able to have it for a limited time or ever at all, that's just the situation we're going to have to deal with. And that's why I feel like that's part. And I think people always, when people kind of scoff at the fact when we always say gaming is a luxury thing, it's optional. It's not something that everybody should have access to. I mean, everybody should have access to it, but everybody shouldn't have access to the very top of it because it's a luxury thing. And the luxury part of gaming, and people probably never think about it like this, is the ability to own everything. That's where the luxury kicks in. It's not hard to own an Xbox or hard to own a Nintendo system or to play on a PlayStation or even build a PC. It's not hard to do those things. If you put your mind to it, you can afford to do one of those things. Pretty much anybody that wants to, maybe outside of PC, because PC is a little bit, not even a little bit, it's way more higher end to get into that ecosystem to be able to benefit the way you want to on it. But for consoles, Switch, go cut some grass for a couple of for the whole summer. You can have enough money to go buy a Switch by the time it starts snowing outside. Same thing for an Xbox and a PlayStation. You might have to cut some grass and then shovel some snow. By the time Christmas comes around, somebody might give you, the girl you're dating or the dude you're dating might throw you an extra $100 to get the system that you want. So there's ways to get these systems, but the luxury side of it is owning everything. And I get people being upset that the games that they want to play are on other platforms that they don't have access to because they just don't have the money to do it. And I sympathize for those people. But guess what? Slow-mo. The people that are in that category aren't the people that are complaining about this. The people complaining about this can go out and probably buy the stuff. They just want to argue a fact or they just want to argue a point that really doesn't matter. And they actually know why, because guess why? Reason I know they know why? Because when Sarah Bond went out on stage and said, Starfield, yes, we have it, it's going to be exclusive, they were all cheering. Everyone, they were all cheering. I mean, shoot, we were on DPS saying like, yeah, they should keep the games exclusive because that's how you bring people to your platform. So even we were like cheering the decision to do it. But you can't be mad at another company that goes out and spends money and says, hey, we're going to help with the development, we're going to do the marketing, and we want the exclusivity for our console for X amount of months or a year. But it's only going to be available on our console, and you can put it on other competing platforms like PC later. Can't be mad at them for doing that. At least they didn't take it all away from you. Go ahead.
I'm going to expand on what I said before about the backlog thing. Let's go a little bit further.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you really wanted to play that game, you would have found a way to play it by now. Final Fantasy VII Remake came out in 2020, I think.
Yep.
Came out in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
You had the opportunity to play this game for the past 4 years,
Yes.
and
did.
you still chose not to. I'm going to call BS. You don't want to play the game.
Okay.
If you really wanted to play it, you would have found a way to play it by
You would
now.
have found a way to play it by now. Yeah.
Even if
I
you
get it.
thought that, like, you saw that it was a 1 year timed exclusive for PlayStation, you say, all right, I could wait a year. It's no big deal. But a year has passed.
Mm-hmm.
And then 6 months after that, it comes out only on PC as the second platform, but not Xbox. If you're an Xbox only gamer, you had a choice then. I could go buy myself a PlayStation or buy a pre-built PC, and I can play that game. But if you had already had at that time had made the decision to still not play it and still wait for Xbox, you didn't really want to play the game. If anything, you were just more upset that your preferred platform didn't have it. You just wanted the opportunity to potentially buy the game, but not really to buy the game. Because you do have the opportunity to buy the game. It's just that the cost investment is a little bit different for you if you don't own a PlayStation or PC. So how much do you want it? And at this point now, you could find yourself a PlayStation 4 on eBay for what? I mean, let me look it up real quick.
Probably less than $150 now.
Yeah, let me PlayStation 4. Why is the cheapest price here? Oh, let me look at like sold. I want to see what the people have actually sold them for. $50.
Oh wow.
A working PlayStation 4 for $50. $58 to be exact. I'm just like, yo, that's less than what full price games are now.
Yeah.
Buy yourself a PlayStation 4, buy Final Fantasy VII Remake, play the game. Instead of waiting for years for it to still not show up on Xbox.
I mean, but why do you think that is, though?
Because they don't really want to play the game. They just want to be able to say, we got that. I don't think people who really want to play the game even care about this kind of stuff. This is like the people that like to list off all the games they got. Your screen's messed up.
Oh yeah, I see it. Heck is it?
What in the world?
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, but I get it. It's
it's still on screen, right? You think OBS is still on screen, right?
No, it's not.
Why would I say that if I couldn't see it?
I can't see it.
The rest of us can see it.
I can't see it though. Can you still see it?
Not anymore. Moving on.
you be bringing attention to it.
I can't help is taking up the entire screen. I can't help but bring attention to it.
Oh, okay, got you. But continue, sir.
No, I'm just I mean that's just the long and short of it is you don't really want to play the game. You just want to be able to say we got that. It's for bragging rights, and you don't or you don't want the other side, the other fanboys to talk about the games they got that you don't have. It's childish. And it kind of goes, and then to go even deeper is when Rebirth is out now, right? And I'm seeing an exorbitant amount of people gushing over Dragon's Dogma 2. Which man. I've heard great things about. I'm not trying to knock the game. I think it's going to do fantastic. I think it's going to be a really good game. But I do think some of the from a particular camp, some of the praise for a game they haven't played yet is a bit much.
Oh man, slow mo. Say that too loud.
Hey, look, if you out here thinking or saying that Dragon's Dogma 2 is already game of the year and you haven't touched the game, there's a reason for that. And the reason ain't got much to do with Capcom or Dragon's Dogma 2. It has to do with the other game that's out right now that people are talking about, which is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. But we don't need to have that conversation. It's fine. I'm just gonna go ahead and keep drinking this over here. Let me stop. I'm not drinking anything.
Yes, yes, you are. Breath smell. What did Stephen A say? Breath smell like Similac over there. Don't be breathing on your kids after drinking that stuff. Don't know what it might do to the young mind.
My kids should be in bed at this point. So,
but we all know kids don't go to sleep when their parents tell them to. And don't try to say your kids are different. I'm about to say, I was waiting. Said my kids are different. They listen to me.
Well, they do listen to me, but
your parents listen to you. They listen to you.
I'm not the one that's upstairs right now telling them y'all better shut up and be in bed. So
basically, what you're saying is your wife is a disciplinary. She does all that. You just sit back and be like, yeah, what your mama said.
That's not what I'm saying at all. That's not what I'm saying at all.
What your mama said you better do before your mama get you. Because you got girls and boys, don't you?
Yeah, I got one girl and boys.
Yeah.
They listen to me. Even the teenagers, they listen to me. So
they ain't got no choice. When you tell them you gonna take their Switch away, they probably look at you like you crazy, like you ain't gonna do nothing.
Shoot. One of my kids lost their TV this week. So.
Oh, dude, let me tell you what. My daughter, she what was it? Her 6th grade year. She definitely got what she did. Oh, because she wouldn't keep her room clean. And we said, you're going to middle school. You have to keep your room clean. I mean, you always want people to come over, but your room look a mess. No. So she got to the point where she just wasn't listening to us. So we took her door. we took her door off of her room door off. And it was sitting in our closet for like 7 months. And she's like, can I get my door back? You don't deserve any privacy because you can't do what we tell you to do. Dog, she was pissed.
Good.
You be no privacy in your own room. Her sister she'd be trying to go in her sister's room and close her doors. Her sister be like, listen, I'm grown. Y'all can get up out of here. Oh man, it was great. But so Final Fantasy, it's just, finishing that out. Yeah, I used to think it was coming to Xbox at some point. I don't think that's the case anymore.
I did too.
I was thinking maybe
I thought
after
it was coming
everything
eventually as well.
Yeah, I thought after everything came out, it was. I thought maybe there was a back end chance that they were probably going to do some type of ultimate edition of the game that had all 3 games in it. It probably was going to launch on the PS5 or the PS6 when it came out. I still think that's going to happen. They're going to release a version, basically what the PC version on PS6 when it comes out. And I was thinking around that time is when it was coming to Xbox. But after seeing the stuff that I saw and hearing this stuff, I was like, yeah, this thing is, you be lucky. You lucky to get the Final Fantasies that they do give you, because 7 looks like it's never coming.
And then it's like I saw someone in the chat say there was another content creator out there. I can't remember the name that was telling people to boycott games, and I'm just like I've said this before on like Lunchtime with Slow Mo about how counterintuitive and really like problematic that is for you. So here's the issue. The reason why it's so easy for this game to skip your platform is that game sales from this publisher on your platform aren't very high. Like the percentages compared to, say, PlayStation or the same games on the Nintendo Switch are significantly in double digits higher than what they are on Xbox. Now, what happens when what's the Mana game that's coming out later this summer? Was it
Story of Mana?
No, it's something else. Like they showed it. They are doing Xbox is doing the marketing for the game. They showed it at that developer showcase. The developer direct.
Secret of Mine that's already out.
I mean, it's the Secret of Mine game, but it's not the actual name of the game. It looks good, right? If you are someone who wants to play that game, if you listen to some of these content creators who are telling you to boycott Square Enix games, what do you think the reaction for Square Enix is going to be? Are they going to think, oh, this is a boycott? That's why no one's buying the game? No, stupid. They're going to think, see, this is why we don't put our big games on the platform in the first place. Visions. Thank you, Bladex.
Visions of Mana. Yeah, that's what it was. Visions.
If Visions of Mana sells double wood this summer on Xbox, you can bet your bottom dollar that Xbox is going to be doing any kind of marketing for even their smaller titles. I can't remember if it's in Game Pass or not. If it doesn't get big engagement in Game Pass because you're listening to content creators who don't understand business, who are telling you to boycott something that's against your best interest. If you want to play the game, even if you don't want to play the game and it's in Game Pass, download it, load it up. They're going to use it in their metrics to get Square Enix to start bringing more games over to you. If you listen to these non-business thinking content creators, you are going to be mad when even more of their games that you care about don't show up on your platform.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So stop listening to people who don't understand business. And also, stop listening to people whose advice is counterintuitive to you as a gamer. Do you want to play Visions of Mana? You think the game looks good? Install the game or buy the game and enjoy it. Ramon Terrell and Silver say it's not in Game Pass. Buy the game.
Yeah, buy the game.
Yeah, hey, novel idea here. Buy games. I mean, I know you're spending money. Ooh, but hey, if you like it, buy it. Buy the game. Enjoy the game. Play the game. But if you listen to the people you think that somehow boycotting those games is going to do anything to Square Enix besides just tell them, yeah, we should have even bothered. And the Sarah Bond and Phil Spencer have been flying across the Pacific over to Japan, wasting countless hours trying to convince them to put these games on a platform that is so small, even they not putting their games exclusively on the platform no more. They're just wasting their time if you got out here being petty for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
So do with that. Do with that if you will. Have fun with that. Just don't be mad when you're wondering why Final Fantasy 17 and the next, I don't know, Final Fantasy MMO, which probably won't be another one after 14. They're probably just gonna keep 14 going. But regardless, like another big game from Square Enix misses the platform. Don't be shocked.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I don't. All right. Let's move on to the next topic. It's almost here, Slow-Mo. Battlefield 2042. They dropped their new trailer for season 7. I couldn't wait. And it just reminded me how much better Battlefield is. Well, I won't say better. It's different than Call of Duty, but in my eyes, it's better.
In my eyes, it's worse, but that's fine. That's why we all have different eyes.
Listen. First of all, you ain't got to be like that. Second of all, you can shove it because we all know.
Wow.
You can shove that because we all know the fact that you like playing is much. The fact that you get so much enjoyment out of Call of Duty when people run around with weapons and quit scope the way that they do and actually have fun doing that is beyond me. I just don't get it. You have to explain that to me. What is the rush that you get from watching people cheat and do the unbelievable in that game?
You want to know why I keep proximity chat on?
Why?
So that when I kill someone and I hear their frustration, I get a sense of joy out of that. I like listening to people rant and rave. I like to listen to the trash talk post game. And I enjoy a challenge. I enjoy a challenge where even when a game cannot deal with their cheaters in a successful manner, I can still come out on top. And so I like that. That's why. And plus, just like I think it's got the best movement in any first-person shooter, and I generally like the gunplay more than Battlefield's gunplay.
Do you see
So there
this
you go.
do you see this greatness on the screen right now? Oh my god, can't wait for a new map. Well, as soon as you see the artillery and the tanks and the helicopters, you check out instantly.
Yeah, I don't care about any of this crap.
You check out instantly. But no,
Yeah.
so the cool thing that I like about this, and this is what I wish, you just correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't know too many live service games that do it, and I think it's mostly due to the fact that since they aren't the number one or even number two, and maybe not even number three, or maybe not even top five, they do a lot to make sure that they try to bring people back to, for things that they're missing. I know Halo does it when it comes to like the battle passes and stuff. Like you always have the battle pass. So with the new seasons, we got 2 new maps that's coming. Open, really huge maps. Can't wait for that. But the number one thing I like the most is anybody that's bought the year one, so year one pass, or had the year one pass from Battlefield, you basically get everything that you missed all the way up until this point instantly unlocked for you.
Oh, great, because that's definitely me. That's definitely me, because I barely got anywhere with that battle pass because I barely played the game. Yeah, so that's good. I get all that stuff.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
It says year one pass holders benefit and reap the benefits of year one pass by logging into season 7. If you didn't play the last 2 seasons, which is season 5 or 6, instantly unlock all the hardware you missed, including the
question. Do I need to buy this current season's battle pass to get the last stuff unlocked for free? I mean, just unlock without having to do the work?
You don't have to unlock it. Yeah, you get it automatic. Well, are you talking about like playing season 7? Like if you don't buy the battle pass?
Well, I mean, yeah, let's say if I don't buy the battle pass, if I did buy the last season's battle pass, do I get everything from the last season just by logging in, or do I need to buy the new season 7 battle pass to get everything I got from the previous season? Because I mean, that's awesome if they just give it to me, even though I paid for it, but I didn't put the work in to unlock it. But I mean, business wise, I can see a publisher going, yeah, go ahead and buy season 7. We'll give you all the stuff from season 6.
It looks like, it says right here. So all the season 5 awards, all the season 6 awards. And it says log into season 7 before June 18th, 2024 to access season 5 and 6 hardware. So yeah, I guess you could just log in during the season and you get them instantly. So you don't have to own season 7 to do it, which is even cooler if that's the case. And there's some really good stuff in there from season 6 that's pretty crazy. But the biggest thing, the one thing I want to ask, especially with DPS, damage per second, we play a lot of shooters and stuff. What is the thing about FPS games that keep, like, what for you draws you? Because that's what draws you to like FPS more than anything. Like, why is a FPS game always in your rotation? What makes a good FPS game for you, I should say?
Excellent gunplay makes a good FPS for me. Excellent gunplay, great maps. I mean, look, I'm a bit older, so I come from a different mindset about first-person shooters than say like some of these younger kids now. They think about first-person shooting and they think about Call of Duty Warzone. They think about Apex Legends. I think when I think about first-person shooters, I think Halo. I feel like Quake. Unreal Tournament. Wolfenstein, shoot, Titanfall. If you want to go a little bit later,
good God, Titanfall still got the best single. There's nothing beating that single player campaign. No, number 2, nothing beats that campaign.
The original
on the multiplayer, I should say, for one, was probably better.
Yeah, the original Modern Warfare 2. Like I like the arena aspect. It's more about look, I like my battle royales, right?
Right.
They're okay, but there's a level of luck that comes into them that is I don't really particularly care for if I have a preference. And it's
Mhm.
part of the reason why like Halo is my favorite first person shooter because it's very balanced. Like you do Team Slayer, for example. And whether you're doing Team Slayer ranked or in social, like everyone has the same loadout, the same kit. You know, in Call of Duty, you know, I do like the amount of variance there and how you set up your loadout is very important. You could have an amazing gun, but if your attachments stink, then you know you're not getting the full potential out of it. But
Right.
a lot of that is like isn't pick up in play and yeah, sure. If you got just you know the starter weapons that you haven't unlocked, sure, you could probably beat a lot of other people. But if you're not doing the meta and you haven't unlocked the meta weapons, you know, it's going to be a bit harder to do that. And there's no accounting for the balance for that Halo has.
Mhm.
And it's if I body you in a match,
If I body you.
it's because I'm better than you. The two of us had the same access to the same weapons. We had the same access to potentially get the same power weapons on the map. I knew the map better than you. I shot my gun better than you. My bullets flew straighter than yours. It is what it is in that match. Hey, you could get me next match, whatever, right? But like that, I like that in that arena atmosphere where you can't use like mobility tool sets like in Fortnite to get away from somebody. Like yeah, you can get away sometimes. Like you know, like some maps are bigger than others, but like it's not as easy to get away. And I just like arena shooters better. It's the era that I'm from that really like lends me towards that. But what I wanted to say
Yeah. Good.
is so I'm looking at this trailer, and you know, Dice has always had very good trailers. It looks all exciting and all, but yeah, I'm not getting this battle pass. Like I'm not. I'm just. I need to. I mean,
You
in the
trying to wean
past
yourself off?
three. Yeah, because no, I'm buying battle passes for games and I'm not finishing them, and it's not because I'm not playing games. It's just there's just not enough time for me to get
Right.
through them all. I had the battle pass for Fortnite, the battle pass for Halo Infinite. I had the battle
Mhm.
pass for Battlefield 2042. I had the battle pass for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. I had the battle pass for the finals. And the finals started their new season 2, this week as well. The only games where I completed the battle passes were Modern Warfare 3 and Fortnite.
Mhm.
So I'm really wasting money here because it's like I'm not playing. I don't have a time to play enough of those games to really get the full benefit out of it. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to be a bit like more realistic with myself. I will buy the battle pass for Fortnite because I know I'm gonna complete it. I'm gonna buy the battle pass for Call it like the next season, right? I'll get that because I'm definitely going to finish this season. But
Mhm.
the finals, I'm good. Battlefield, I'm good. Everything else, I'm good where I'm at right now. And if I just so happen to start playing those games more to justify it, then I'll buy the battle pass. But
Yeah.
I'm not just going to be
I
like
get you on
playing it
that.
like
Yeah.
for the first like because like when I bought the Battlefield Battle Pass, I played it one night. I think with either you or shout out to Audible. I may have been playing with Audible, and it's like I played one night, had a great night of playing, played for hours, had a great time, bought the Battle Pass with the intention in my mind that somehow I was really going to complete it. And then I didn't play it for weeks after that. And then I think I may have played a couple more times with people, but just nah. I'm not playing the game enough to justify doing that. So I won't.
I mean, you ain't wrong, bro. I get it. It's like, but the most part, it just really comes back to it's it's so many games out here, bro. It's like a lot of people just don't understand how many games there are out here to play. And I just think that's the biggest thing for you. And I get it. You are a what's the word I'm looking for? You are very, very particular about the games that you go back and I think the biggest thing is Call of Duty is a with Call of Duty, you could just go in. It's maybe a 10-minute match at the longest point. Battlefield, you gotta you gotta commit 20, 25 minutes to 30 minutes a match. So it's a little bit
Right.
different, a little bit more different in that regard. And I think that's the thing I like about it the most because I also just like looking at, I mean, just, anything else when you're good at something, you kind of just like keep on playing it and stuff. So
Right.
I just like the open, like I like battle royales, but I just don't like I hate like you said, you love the fact that you die, you're out, and you right back into another game. To me, it takes me a while to warm up. I'm not a person that's just naturally just that good where I could just go in unless I play like 6 hours in one day just to get really, really good at it. I'm not the type of person going to be like, oh, okay, I'm going to probably struggle for the first couple of matches just to get used to it
Well,
versus
I
a
mean,
game.
I don't think I'm like naturally good at like all shooters. I struggle. It depends on the
I
shooter.
mean, I've never seen you
I
struggle. You're too good.
I I I have I struggle in some shooters, especially like it. I hate Apex Legends, and my reason why for hating Apex was I can't see the players. I don't understand it. Like I'm getting shot by players. Maybe they're cheaters. I don't know. Like, but I can't see them, and
I
I'm
think they're
like
cheating.
I play the game and I'm not good. And so I don't play that game just because I don't have a good time. I drop into a map. I don't know the maps. Everyone else I'm playing against knows the maps.
Yeah.
I don't know what weapons are good. That's all that's the stuff that you learn over time. But just that the fact that like people are shooting at each other, I'm just like, who are they shooting at? And I think part of that is being unfamiliar and not being able to detect where a person is and what they are. I just feel like players blend into the environment for me or something. I don't know. And I just can't play Apex Legends, so I just don't play it. But even if I'm good at a game, I that's no guarantee I'm just going to keep playing it. Like I do decent at Battlefield. I'm not like getting bodied every match or anything. I have good matches. It don't appeal to me. And Halo is I've always been the kind of Halo player where like I could play it solo, but if I'm playing it solo, I eventually will fall off because I need
Right.
like people. It's too balanced for you to just be playing with randoms all the time. Like I feel like Halo needs to have other players to play it with. And for you to play it with, you need to have a fire team. And so when I've had a fire team, if you notice, I will play Halo every single night. I'll play Halo Infinite all night long if I got a squad to roll with. When I don't have a squad to roll with, I'll put in a few matches and then I'm getting off because I'm getting frustrated. But I got like 25-5 at the end of a
Yeah.
match. And then the rest of my team is like 6-12, 5-15.
Yeah.
And it's just like I'm good at that point. I'm just like I get frustrated and I'm done. And so
I
I need that
yeah.
kind of yeah. But no, interesting enough, Call of Duty. I've been playing that mostly by myself. Like I play with you and Taz, and then occasionally like Game Logic. I played with Game Logic like one time for 3. But yeah, I'm mostly playing that by myself. Fortnite, I play a lot with friends, but also by myself. Majority of my wins in Fortnite are solo queues. So if I really play it, Big Mad Mo mentioned Road Company. I jumped back on Road Company very briefly, and Road Company is still Road Company. it's the player base is way too small. I'm seeing the same people. Like I ain't been on the game in forever, and people are like, "Oh, it's slow mo backslap." I'm like, "How do you? How do you? I haven't played this in months. How do you? What do you even remember me for?" Like, and it's just the player base is too small. It's too sweaty, and they don't know how to stop the cheaters. But I jumped back on Rogue Company for like over the past week, maybe like a couple of nights. Just because at this point I can play Rogue Company. It's third person shooters, not first person, but I can play Rogue Company and just go on autopilot, listening to a podcast or some music, and just I'm not even paying attention really to what's going on. I'm just killing people and keeping it moving. So
Yep.
it just
Yeah.
I'm right now. I'm far more concerned with playing games that aren't like I have my rotation, and then I'm playing like the other stuff that's like single player. Like people keep mentioning Unicorn Overlord in the chat. That's my next game after Rebirth. I can't wait to play that.
Yeah, I have it. I have it here. I picked it up. Want to say
Where did you buy it on?
Huh?
Where did you buy it on?
I bought it on Xbox.
I bought it on Xbox as well. I was a little disappointed that I don't know what Vanillaware's beef is with PC.
Yeah.
They just don't want to put their games on PC.
They don't.
13 Sentinels is only on PlayStation. It might be on Switch actually. I don't know. I know it's not on Xbox, but they just don't want to put their games on PC, which is, I would have definitely got it on PC. But
I would have bought it on PC too, because it was a customer that walked in the store. It was a whole bunch of people buying it, and I said, "So what do you think about it?" He was like, "Oh, I can't wait." And then he came back to the store the next day. He was like, "Bro, you need to pick that game up." I said, "Is it on PC?" He said, "No, unfortunately, it's only on consoles." And I was like, "I got an Xbox version still," so I just bought that.
yeah,
That's kind of what happens when you have a little bit of extra money. You just sit there and say, "Oh, okay, I'll throw caution to the wind and check this one out." So that was something I did. But I think we kind of live the same when it comes to that. I too am a person that can play a lot of games by myself, but then there's particular games that I have to play with other people. And I don't think it's and the thing is, Halo is one of those games I have to play with other people. But that's only because right now the game it's like literally nobody playing the game, but the hardest of the hardest of core playing it.
it's a sweat fest.
So when you go over there, because there was a moment where I would play Halo all the time by myself. When it first came out, I was just being Halo in ranked matches and ranked arena all day, every day, by myself playing, didn't have a care in the world. But now I go over there, I'm like, nah, bro, we not doing this, because I'm not about to get defeated. And my mindset not about to get trounced by these people over there. And we all know people look at people's KDs in Halo and they be like, man, you suck. I said, dude, do you realize if you're over a 1.1, 1.2 in Halo, you're winning.
Yeah, it's true.
You're winning in Halo, because most people, they got sub ones. Literally, not even really a sub one. They're running like 0.8 or lower.
Yeah.
So there's that. But shout out to your boy Roy renewing his membership to the DPS podcast. Really appreciate you. You guys going to play Dragon's Dogma or Rise of the Ronin, Slow-Mo? That's more of a question for you, because I was thinking about Dragon's Dogma, but by the time I'm done with Final Fantasy, I don't know if I want to jump into another game of that size or another RPG right after this, because that's just kind of how I am. Probably gonna take a break from it for a second. So what about you? What are you thinking about day one?
I'm gonna pass on Rise of Ronin. I think it reminds me too much of Neo, and I didn't really Neo never really appealed to me, so I'm not going to get that one. I am getting Dragon's Dogma 2. I've already created 2 characters, and I need to create a few pawns, 1 pawn for each character, and I think the character creator is goated. It's one of the best character creators that's out there. Very good. I really enjoy being able to kind of like just really customize the characters, and even if you want to get a little really far in depth with it, you can do that and get down to like really like tweaking every little part of this character's face and everything. You could do that, or you could just, you know, be very casual with it, very surface level, and they give you templates to kind of build off of to do that. So it's really good. Like you know when someone's got a good character creator when they they let you use it like weeks before the game come out. They're just like, yeah, man, this we put our foot in this one. Matter of fact, y'all go ahead and play around with that. Go ahead and make your characters ahead of time. It just you know, it's kind of like when games let their reviews embargoes drop like a week in advance. They know it's good.
Right. Yeah.
Got nothing to hide. Go ahead and talk about this for a full week before we come out. That's
the confidence is oozing when they release them early like that.
Right. And I think that from what I've seen gameplay wise, Dragon's Dogma 2 is going to be pretty good. I think it will be. I'm not going to be like, you know, some people saying it's game of the year. They haven't played it yet, but I do think that it will be in the conversation. I think it'll definitely be in the conversation. I think right now, Unicorn Overlord likely will be in that indie, the potential for that token indie nominee for Game of the Year, you know, very early on. You know, of course, the year is young, so who knows how things turn out. But I think Rebirth, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Dragon's Dogma 2, and that game are already like early contenders for nominees so far, which is like, it's been a good game. It's been a good year so far, starting out.
Oh, I agree with that 100%. I just think we'll see how that all shakes out. So let's move on to the next topic. We got Saber Interactive buying their independence back from the from the Embracer Group. Listen, man, we talked about this the other week. Embracer is literally about to be no more very, very soon.
I don't think we're gonna be even discussing Embracer this time next year.
Yeah, this time next year. So Saber Interactive has basically bought themselves away, and I have the article right here where they actually bought themselves away from Embracer Group. And you remember how much the actual dollar amount was that they ended up?
It's weird. It's like 257 million, but it's really more like 500 because they also acquired. So this came out. They also acquired 4A Games.
Yep.
Which is the developer for the Metro series.
But
now, unfortunately, they didn't get the Metro IP,
which they just sucks.
Yeah, that sucks. So I don't know how they're going to probably have to go to Embracer in order, you know, to work with them in order to have 4A Games make the next Metro game, which is problematic. But they do have now 4A Games, which I guess that kind of like changed the way the structure of the acquisition or them acquiring their independence looks. But I think the dollar amount that people were saying was like 257 million, but it's more like really like close to 500 million, which when the Gearbox acquisition is announced fairly soon, sometime this month, I heard, you know, there's nothing concrete here, but I heard they were sold off for around the same amount. So it's really a fire sale going on at Embracer right now when it comes to their more expensive and more attractive assets.
Yeah.
Saber is like 3,000 employees or something like that. They do a lot of lead development work as well as support development work, and they're a valuable piece, and they definitely let them go their own way, their own independence. They acquired Gearbox. I can't remember the year, but I do remember the dollar amount, and I was a little shocked because they acquired Gearbox for like 1.1 billion, which kind of shocked me, because it's clearly just all off of the strength of the Borderlands IP and really nothing else. Gearbox as a developer has kind of disappointed a lot of Borderlands fans over the years with new entries. But Borderlands continues to generate revenue off of consistently re-releasing the more established older games, um, in various different like editions and bundles and stuff like that, and it still continues to make money, and so that still remains they're extremely valuable.
Well, that's the
But
biggest
not
thing that most
1.1 billion valuable. It look the rumors they're going to be sold for half that.
yeah, that was the biggest thing for me when I sat there and I read the thing. I was like, Jesus, there's a lot of moving parts to it. But yeah, so Saber Interactive has left Embracer Group in a deal worth 247 million. Um let's see, it says they were on the verge of agreeing to a deal with the parent company Embracer Group that would see it go independent. That's how now we've been officially confirmed. Embracer Group has announced that it has agreed to sell Saber Interactive to Beacon Interactive, a company created by Saber co-founder Matt Krush. For the purpose of the transaction, Embracer and Krush have been negotiating the deal since November last year, at which time Krush agreed to step away from Embracer Group and Saber Interactive's management so as to avoid a conflict of interest. The deal will be worth 247 million, of which 44 million has been allocated as absorbed earn out debt obligations in total. Embracer says the deal will see it divest 38 million ongoing games, develop projects worth 2.3 billion. Rough. Oh, that's in yen. This will also include certain proprietary engine technology and game tools related to the divested companies. This is what the CEO had to say. I am pleased that we have found a win-win situation with Embracer, and that the part of Saber that now lives will live with us. Embracer Group CEO and founder Lars Wingfirst said this transaction puts both companies in a stronger position to thrive going forward. Embracer is now able to discontinue all operations in Russia according to the previous board decisions, while safeguarding many developers' jobs under the new independent ownership. At the same time, we keep key company valuable IPs, and future publishing rights cash flow is immediately improved, and we remain committed to reducing net debt. The transition yields additional headroom to amortize debt in accordance with the existing bank agreement, and we will improve financial flexibility. This is the first transaction of the previous mentioned structured processes and marks a small but important step in our journey to transform Embracer into a future for the benefit of all employees, gamers, and shareholders. Slow-mo, this is literally, like, once again, this is another thing where when you just sit back and you think about it, just how royally different everything is now in 2024 versus how it was in 2019. Like the amount of money that people were making in 2020 and 2021 and parts of 2022 was so ridiculous that, and remember, that's when Embracer started making all these purchases around that time.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of these studios that Embracer picked up on happened because they had so much cash flow from the games that they were making, and they were able to, go into partnerships and purchase a lot of these studios in order to, bankroll them and financially give them stability to, bring them in more money. I remember we had this conversation probably 100 episodes ago where we talked about, Embracer is doing this to line their pockets. They remember, we always talk about they let the developers be off on their own devices and stuff. They really just wanted to be the overseer of a lot of properties, just pretty much like Tencent wanted to be. And now you're starting to see the opposite of that, because they're like, yo, this isn't sustainable. We need to lose a lot of weight. And we're willing to let these developers out of their agreements and become independent, or, of course, a short fee and stuff. But they still take their pound of flesh a little bit. The fact that, 4A won't be working on Metro games anymore is
Hey,
pretty
can I just say
interesting.
something real quick?
Yeah,
And
go
it's
ahead.
in regards to how a lot of times when a lot of these discussions that we have about stuff going on in the gaming industry, and people kind of like to fall back to a very played out excuse of, well, these executives wouldn't have the roles they have and the money that they have and in the data they have and make such poor decisions that you say that they make, but then you look at like Embracer
Right.
and it's like, how many times do we have to see just because someone has a very fancy title and they're a high level executive, that having all the data at their disposal does not mean they're going to make sound decisions,
Right.
and that they won't misinterpret what the data is really saying, or that the data is not giving the full story. Like it happens all the time. I feel like on a weekly basis, I got somebody in my mentions telling me, "Hey, well, if they, I think these executives know better. They have all the data and statistics that we don't have." And I'm like, "Yeah," and they still keep making dumb decisions and making mistakes. So how does that work? And here we are with Embracer acquiring developers left and right, acquiring IP left and right. No, very little seems like a strategy in place in order to maintain these things. And here now they are trying to sell it all, trying to get themselves back into a good standing. And it seemed like this death spiral they're in all started when they were the investment money from that Saudi Arabian
Yep.
firm fell through. And it's like, so you were relying on that for revenue instead of, I don't know, making games that people want to play and
Yeah.
having those games actually be games that people will be enjoying and making money off of, or you making money off of, and you actually making having your business be relevant and self-sustainable that way. That's on you. When last year your only good games is Remnant 2 and Dead Island 2, and you released a whole bunch of games, hey, that's on you. Bad decision making.
True.
So I don't feel bad for them. If anything, for developers who can buy out their own independence or get acquired by another publisher that actually knows what they're doing, which I think is happening
That's a
with
good move.
Gearbox.
Yeah, it's happening.
Right, and I just hope Crystal Dynamics and Eidos Montreal find themselves in a good position, because, frankly, I just don't think that Embracer is the move. Give me like 30 seconds.
Yeah, take your time. Yeah, so let's look and see what you guys are in the chat saying. Let's see. The Great Be Rich says, that's true for Halo. I would have had 3 KD in other games, but never in Halo. Bro, Halo is a sweat fest. Even when Halo first released, my KD was like a 1.17, something like that. Because I remember Slow-Mo was like at a 1.32, and I had to like grind to get my KD up to that point. It's like, because I just jumped in, and I'm an impatient person, so I like run around corners sometimes and not pay attention. So I had to once I learned the maps and everything and got back into the groove, I got my KD back up to where it needed to be. But bro, Halo's KD is ridiculous. Like if you run into somebody with over a 1.5 or a 2.0 KD, either they're really good and they're MLG caliber type players that play all the time. They know all the trick spot. They know all the spawns. They know how to bounce grenades in the right way to do damage to you. Either they're that or they're cheating. And I don't really see too many people cheating in Halo. So it's mostly just the fact that they're just really, really good. Let's see. Friday says Embracers waving their death flags real high. Yeah, listen, man, it's crazy out here. John Wood said Prince of Persia was great. That final boss was crazy. I haven't gotten to the boss on that yet. I heard that it is pretty ridiculous. And it looks like a couple other people in the chat saying that, yeah, I see Big Matt Bo says that,
Hey,
yeah, it
I'm
was pretty
back. Are
crazy.
you ready to move
Yeah,
on
yeah.
to the
Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah, whenever you're ready.
let me
Yeah, Saber's a great studio, man. They you know, a couple of the games that they made, you know, you got even like the Ghostbuster remastered game was pretty good. They made the Insurgency Sandstorm. That was a really good game if you like shooters. Evil Dead. I know a lot of people that really like that game. And they even came up with that wild card football game with, you know, Colin Kaepernick in it. So, but yeah, they got a pedigree, and a lot of people are going to be really interested to see what they do. But like I said, the one thing I'm a little upset at is the fact that 4A doesn't have Metro games, but it just gives them a chance to work on something else in the future.
I think they'll still end up making Metro games. They just gotta go through
They
an
just,
extra hurdle,
yep, they
and
got to go through them. Yeah,
Embracer is probably just going to keep benefiting in some way financially off of the Metro games. So
right,
yeah,
right.
yeah. Stream is up, so you can go
Stream is
ahead and
up.
do the redirect.
All right, go ahead and put it in the chat, sir.
Oh yeah.
Looking for you. There it is. Save. All right, guys. Once again, really appreciate you guys. Hit the like button on this video before we head over. Slow-Mo's just dropped the DPS channel. We're heading over for the final topic, which is going to be about Spider-Man and the so-called cancellation. Probably one of the best, you know, multiplayer games I've seen, at least in trailer form. So we're gonna talk about that over there. If you don't, just hit the button, or you can hit the button when the stream ends over here. We appreciate you guys once again. And we will see you guys over at another channel.